Hey guys, it's DestinyLashae. So I'm going to show you guys how I take my wig from this to this. And if you want to know how I did it, please keep on watching. The wig that I'm going to be showing you guys today is from RPG Show, and this is the box that my wig came in. It basically just comes with a couple of items inside. You get a magazine, you get the specs of your wig. You also get a holder, like a little bag for your wig to go in when you're traveling or just to store it in. You also get a nice brush. I also got a couple wig caps as well as some ear tape, so that if I don't want to glue or gel my wig down, I can use this, sew it down to the wig, and it'll hold it down. So this is what the wig looks like straight out of the box. I have not touched it at all. Right off the bat, the hair feels really nice. The texture is yaki, so it's not super silky, which I really like. So I'm just applying the wig now just to see how I want to style it. I'm just taking the brush through it, looking in the mirror, see how I want it to look, looking at the outer perimeter of the like lace and everything, kind of just examining the wig before actually cutting anything. I'm sure a lot of people could wear this wig straight out of the box, but on me, my head is so small, I always have to adjust and tweeze and pluck my wigs. But I want to show you guys the parting space as it comes. So this is how it looks. It looks very nice, very natural. I'm sure a lot of people could wear this wig straight out of the box. And when you pull the hair back, the edges of the wig looks very natural. So this is the construction of the wig on the inside. This unit is a full lace wig, meaning that anywhere that you part it throughout the wig is going to look like scalp. So what I like to do first is comb through the hair, and then I part it towards the front of the wig. And then I just go ahead and pluck in between the part that I just laid down. So I'm just going in and plucking some hairs, and this is just going to thin out my wig a little bit and make it a little less dense. Because my head is so small, I can't have too much hair on my head because I look funny and it looks super wiggy. So I have to definitely tweeze my wigs a lot. This is actually a little bit compared to what I usually do, but I'm just going in and parting it, going more and more towards the front of the wig just to make it a little bit more natural looking towards the front. So I'm just taking my comb and parting it and plucking it as I go. And this is just going to thin out the wig, like I said, and just make it look a little bit more natural on my head. Next, what I'm going to do is grab the sides of the wig and just pluck the outer perimeter of the wig. And this is just going to make it look a little bit more natural along the hairline, because no one's hairline is super duper straight, and it will just look a lot better. And after I do that on both sides, I'm just going to go in the middle of the parting in the center and just pluck that a little bit more. The parting is great by itself. It looked awesome, but I just wanted it to be a little bit more defined. So I just went in with my tweezers and plucked basically that same line and just made it a little bit wider. When you are plucking your wig or your closure or whatever you're plucking, be very careful because the lace is very delicate. So I usually just take the hair from the root, and I usually just pluck 1 or 2 hairs at a time. I don't grab a lot of hair because then you risk kind of messing up the lace. So now I'm going in towards, like, is this a crown? I think it is. The crown of the wig, and I'm just gonna begin plucking, parting and plucking right in that area because I felt like it was super dense in that area. And I'm just gonna part and pluck. And this is just gonna thin out the wig a little bit more. It's not making my wig bald or anything, it's just kind of making it a little bit more wearable for me. Now I'm going in with some heat protectant, and I'm just gonna spray that all over the hair and just brush through it. The wig looks nice right now as it is, but what I'm going to do is straighten it out a little bit. I don't want it as bumped on the ends. I'm going to use the chase method on and off to straighten this wig. This hair straightens beautifully, and the texture of this wig is so much like my real hair. It's crazy. I was thinking about cutting my real hair, and I was like, why should I cut my real hair when we have wigs? Like, what is the point? Anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and straighten out this wig. I'm gonna let you guys watch this part, and I'll be back in a sec. Now that our wig is straightened, I'm going to turn it inside out, put it back on my wig block, and I'm going to take some of my foundation and I'm going to apply that to the lace of the wig. So this just creates a illusion that this wig is our scalp. My scalp is a little bit lighter than my actual face color and like my body color, so you could use a shade lighter, but I usually just use the foundation that I use on my face, and I'm just patting that into the lace on the wig. And this just makes the lace look more like your skin. This lace did match my skin tone, but I just always do this with my wig so that it looks more realistic on me. So I'm just patting that in gently, and then I take some pressed powder or powder foundation and set that liquid foundation, and then I also go in with some hairspray after that, and I just spray the lace down so that the foundation or the powder does not transfer. This is a great way to get your wig to look natural without bleaching the knots. Next, I'm going to take a curling rod and just put that on the highest setting and place that curling rod on the parts of the hair that I need to lay down, because there were a couple flyaways that just would not lay down for anything, so I had to kind of do that. Now I go in and cut my lace. I take the smallest, sharpest scissors that I own, and I just go around the perimeter of the edges of the wig. And you go as close to the hairs as possible without cutting the hairs. I know it's kind of hard, it sounds kind of hard, but you just take your time, go really slow, make small little incisions, and you'll be good. So I just go along the perimeter and just cut. So be very delicate with the lace as well. Try not to pull too hard because it is very, very delicate. But cutting the lace, once you do it a couple times, you'll get really used to it and you'll be a pro in no time. I like to make a little small incision in the parting area so that it doesn't look so straight. On my head, it'll just look really weird if the part is like just straight across. I've noticed that. So I just kind of make a little incision right in between the parting area. Now it's time to do the baby hairs. I'm going to take a rat tail comb. I'm going to part off a little bit of hair at the edge of my wig. And I'm going to take a razor blade, and just kind of feather the hair a little bit towards the ear tabs. So I just kind of feather it like that, and then I take some mousse, I apply it to the edges. This really helps to get your baby hair shape when you're molding it. I take some Got2b glued and a makeup spoolie. I find this the easiest way to do it, especially on the wig block, and I just kind of create little swoops. I practice doing my baby hairs on my daughter every day, so I've gotten pretty good at it. It just really takes practice, and it makes it easier if you do it on the wig block first and then put it on your head, especially if you use the Got2b glue, because I feel like it's like the baby hairs stay like this on your head. You just have to kind of shape it up a little bit when you actually put it on your head. So I like to shape it up on the wig block first and then apply the wig to my head, and then just have a little bit of shaping up to do on my actual head. And I know how I like my baby hairs to look, so I don't know. It just gets pretty easy once you do it enough. I'm going to let my wig sit, and I'm going to place a head wrap over it so that it settles in and it kind of locks the Got2b glued in place. Now I'm just going to take my wig off the wig block. I'm going to place it on my head just to see how it looks and if I like it or not, kind of shifting it, looking at the ear tabs, seeing if it'll fit, adjust it to my head. So since it does, I'm going to take some alcohol on a Q-tip, and I'm going to apply that around the perimeter of my hair, or my hairline. So this is technically my forehead. I have a 5 head, I know. So I'm going to place the lace right above my hairline. So I'm not going to place any of the Got2b glued on my actual hair. I think I do a little bit on the, like, where the ear tabs are going, because I don't want my hair to get stuck in like the lace and the Got2b glued. I'm basically just placing the Got2b glued on with my rat tail comb right above my hairline and just letting that dry a little bit. You kind of need some cool air to dry the Got2b glued, and I leave it on for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I just pull my lace up and I let it sit there for a little sec, and then I take my rat tail comb and press the lace down onto my scalp. I usually never use my fingers because that can turn the glue white, and that is not cute. So you want to use your rat tail comb because it doesn't have the oils that your fingers have on it, and it won't turn the glue white. Trust me, I've had that happen a ton of times, even on YouTube videos. So just kind of take your rat tail comb and press your wig down because you want that to stay down all day. And I like using the Got to Be Glued because it's easily removable and it does not break me out around my hairline, and it's just really easy to apply, and there's no commitment. You can take it right off if you want to, or leave it on all day, and I think it lasts longer than a day. I just don't sleep in my wig, so I'm just going in and adjusting the baby hairs a little bit more. I'm taking my hair toothbrush and I'm just kind of applying a little bit more Got to Be Glued to my edges and kind of swooping them a little bit. My baby hairs could have came out a lot better, but I feel like with wigs, what happens is they look okay the first time that you apply them, but I feel like they look better once you wear them for a couple days and you're adjusting the baby hairs, you're adjusting how you like to wear the wig and everything. I always feel like that with hair. It looks better like a week later. So now I'm just going to tie my own hair down so that the edges are laid. And that is really it, guys. I hope you enjoyed me slaying this wig from start to finish. Do not forget to thumbs up this video if it helped you out. Subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you, and I will see you guys in the next one.